Why haven't we been able to change our culture on abortion? If the church has been known for anything historically, it's that wherever we've spread, we've always been a culture-changing force. It's been almost 50 years since the Supreme Court legalized abortion. Since then, over 60 million lives have been lost. That's about 1.2 million a year, 24,000 a week, 3,500 a day. What if we've stopped short in completing the circle of care God wanted from us? What if passing abortion restrictive legislation, launching thousands of pro-life clinics and related nonprofits, as important as they've been, weren't completely what God wanted from us or for these moms? Maybe we're missing something. Maybe this hasn't worked because our offers of bottles and blankets and brochures that list numerous nonprofits, entities not designed for their long-term care, can't deliver what they long for, what they were made for. See, God never intended for us to save the life of a child, only to let them struggle on their own. That's because for Him, it's not just about life, it's about the abundant life. It's why He not only pursues and redeems, it's why He also restores. That's why what does work, what persuades moms time and again, is the pledge of a caring, Christ-centered community coming alongside them in a redemptive, restorative way, not just for 9 months, but for a lifetime. This pledge persuades moms because it calls to something deep within all of us created in the image of God. We all have an innate longing to be reconciled to the one we were made for, to live lives of transcendent purpose and meaning, to live with dignity and righteousness. Ultimately, it's about having our sense of belonging restored and moving forward in the story God has written for our lives. And that can only happen within the long-term, inherently restorative community God designed for us, the church. Fellowship in a community of kingdom-minded Christ followers is how God has always changed lives, and ultimately, how He's changed cultures. But when we omit this step, when the only thing our clinicians and sidewalk counselors or others can do is hand them off to our nonprofits, entities not designed for their long-term shepherding, sanctification, or restoration, we fail to complete the circle of care they need, and cyclical, generational destruction and suffering ensue. Therefore, if we want to change the culture, if we want to make abortion not just illegal but unthinkable, it means the success criteria we judge ourselves by must include how effectively we connect these families to a long-term, transformative, caring community of Christ followers. That they make this lasting connection is crucial, for it is God's chosen environment for their new and abundant life in Christ. But how? How can we pursue them in such a way that creates an easier bridge to cross? A bridge that will help them move past their fears, shame, or cynicism and into this life-changing fellowship of believers. Here's a proven strategy that helps complete the circle of care God desires from us. There are more details in the Completing the Pro-Abundant Life Circle of Care guide found in the resource section at promomprobaby.org. But this is essentially how it works. What if, upon hearing the results of a positive pregnancy test, our clinicians, church members, sidewalk counselors, and nonprofits could tell moms with a clear and unified voice, if you choose life, we won't let you struggle on your own. Not now, not after 9 months, not ever. What if we could tell them, there's a better life you long for, and there are caring people in your community who will help you find it, who will be with you in a significant way for a lifetime. People who will help you and your child move forward in the story God has written for you. These are people who will serve, babysit, donate, listen, and care for you as their own. What if we could then tell the mom and hopefully the dad, you can meet these people at our next prenatal health or parenting class. These caring people we're talking about are pre-existing small groups who felt led to shepherd moms and families in this arena, or are newly formed groups who've bound themselves together after discovering this calling by taking the helpful I Am Sent discipleship course or something similar. As you'll see, small groups or community groups are the cornerstone of this strategy, carrying out the same crucial role they have throughout history. Once a group takes on this calling, they'll begin connecting with the family by attending the same incentive-based health or parenting classes the moms are taking at the clinic or elsewhere. It's there where the group begins to build a relationship, loving and serving them in word and deed. For instance, when a mom receives a box of diapers or a pack and play for attending the class, they'll help carry it to their car. When they need a ride, they'll provide it. During the class discussions or during breaks, individuals from the small group might share their experiences with childbirth and raising kids, including their failures and fears. But mostly, they'll just humbly listen, love, and serve, building the necessary bridges of trust. Now comes the pivotal transition piece of the strategy. After a few weeks of building relationships, someone from the small group will stand up and invite the families to a shared meal at a group member's home. They'll be invited, now as friends, in a winsome way and encouraged to bring something to contribute. This meal and their contribution play an important part in their transformation and restoration. We can't fully explain why sharing a meal in someone's home is so powerful, but it's something we see Jesus model over and over in the scriptures. Maybe it's because an invitation to sit at their table means you're no longer an enemy or an outsider looking in, but are now considered a friend or even family. These meals effectually bring them inside, helping to restore their sense of belonging, dignity, and self-worth. Not only that, but the meals are also times when the moms or families will get their first taste of authentic, Christ-like community, meaning it's a time where everyone, beginning with the original members, let their walls down, sharing their struggles and their needs, all in an environment of grace, truth, and love. In short, it's about bringing Jesus into the everyday stuff of life. Through this small, authentic community, the newcomers begin to realize there's a better way to live, that they're loved, valued, that they belong, and from there, oftentimes, it's not long before they believe. The invitation to the shared meal is full of possibilities, one that invites them to partake in his life and in the greater story he's bidding them to join him in. The small group won't be able to meet all the needs of a family, but they will do what they can, and when they can't, they will shepherd them to and from those people and entities that can. That's when and where our nonprofits and broader church family come in and play an important role. So let's not stop short. Let's complete the circle of care God has called us to, intentionally and effectively connecting these families to a long-term, transformational, and restorative, caring community of Christ followers. There's simply too much hanging in the balance to not. If you're interested in shepherding a family, go ahead and share this video with your small group. Pray about it together. If God so leads, register your group on promomprobaby.org. It's how you'll make your group known to our clinics and moms in need. Also, share this video with your local clinic, related nonprofits, and your church leadership. They too can register and show moms on a Google map there are real people and tangible goods and services available to those who choose life. Doing so will not only help change the minds of abortion-tempted moms, but will help restore the church to the culture-changing force it once was. Thanks for watching.